This is somewhat of an impromptu video, but I've heard this claim made several times and I feel like it needs to be addressed. Some people argue that we're all born atheists, and that means that we should disbelieve in God. But I just don't think this argument works for several reasons, and here's a couple of them. So even if we grant the idea that we are all born atheists, that doesn't tell us that we should continue to remain atheists. See, there's nothing about telling us about how we were born that tells us how we ought to behave.
This is called the naturalistic fallacy. Just because something is natural doesn't mean that you should do it. You may have a genetic tendency to be an alcoholic, but that does not mean you should become one. And just because you're born without the ability to walk doesn't mean that you should never try. Using the same logic, unnatural things are not necessarily bad either. It's not natural to wear clothes or study math, but the fact that it's unnatural doesn't mean that we shouldn't do those things.
I don't even think the claim we're all born atheists is even true. I don't think people who say that are liars, but I do think that the claim is at best misleading. In actuality, we're all born agnostics, and I know some people don't differentiate between atheistic people and agnostics, but a differentiation is necessary here. See, you don't actively disbelieve in God when you're born, you just have no idea whether or not He exists.
In fact, babies are pretty much agnostic to everything. They don't know their own father exists because they don't know what a father is yet.
I find this argument for atheism no more rational than saying we should not believe our Father exists because we were not born knowing of His existence. So remember, God loves you, and so do I.
And as always, test everything, hold on to the good.
Alright, this is somewhat of an impromptu video. I've heard this claim made several times, and she's going to start laughing.
If you hadn't said anything, I would have been okay.
See, some people claim that we're born atheists, or that we're all born atheists, and therefore we should...